This is a summary of the 36 deadly Bubishi points, including all of the illustrations related to the Bubishi points. However, there is a lot more information in the book, as well as photos that won't be in this series. I'm going to do this series in two videos. This is going to be part one, and then there's going to be part two to follow. The entire book is available on Amazon. The author is Rand Cardwell, a U.S. Marine veteran, expert on the application of traditional Chinese medicine, and martial arts instructor. The foreword is by Patrick McCarthy, Hanshi Ninth Dan expert, translated the Bubishi text in 1987. Patrick McCarthy says after he translated the Bubishi text, he didn't understand all of it until experts like Rand Cardwell began to study the Bubishi. The Bubishi is a cryptic document that states there are 36 vital points. This book explains why they were selected and includes photos showing how to attack each point and also defend against the same attack. Again, for the photos, you're going to have to get the entire book, although there will be illustrations and some other diagrams you'll see that I'm going to show you. The extraordinary vessels are the focus of the book. Their function and interaction with the 12 main meridians will be covered in great detail. The 12 branch meridians move energy or ki to and from the organs of the body. They are the branches of the tree model. The 8 extraordinary vessels are the root of the tree model and comprise the energetic system of the human body that energizes the 12 branch meridians. Looking back at history, the Su Wen and Ling Shu were written between 300 BC and 100 BC. They present the first mention of the extraordinary vessels and basically focus on their pathways. The Ni Jing expands on the previous two works. Next, the Huangdi Ni Jing begins defining the energy of the extraordinary vessels for the first time, and the author is unknown, so it's kind of like a mysterious work. The work became the base of knowledge in clinical applications of traditional Chinese medicine. The Zen Zhu Da Quan, written in 1439, defines the 8 master points or treatment points of the extraordinary vessels. 200 years later, in the 1600s, the Zen Zhu Da Cheng expanded on it and described detailed information on biorhythmic treatments. The Bubishi covers philosophy, strategy, traditional Chinese medicine, and martial techniques applied to acupuncture points. Many of the legendary masters from the Far East applied its teachings to their methods. Dim Mak, or death touch, and I'm going to give you the two types. There's Dim Sua, or bloodgate attacks, which focus on veins and arteries. And then there's Dim Ching, or nerve plexus attacks, which are attacks at the acupuncture points. Chapter 1, the Human Battery. The extraordinary vessels are the battery pack of the human body. Energy, or ki, is stored in the 8 extraordinary vessels, and from there transported to the 12 branch meridians. 3 of the 8 extraordinary vessels make up the human battery. And the 3 are the conception vessel, shown on the left, the governing vessel, shown in the center, and the thrusting vessel, shown on the right. Chapter 2. The conception vessel is the yin aspect of the human battery. It runs along the center line of the abdomen from point CV-1 and connects to the governing vessel in the mouth area. The governing vessel then is the yang aspect of the human battery. The conception vessel regulates the energy running through the yin meridians of the body. Attacks directed at the conception vessel are focused on the center line. Conception vessel point 1 or CV-1 in Chinese is Hui Yin, meeting of yin. CV1, as you can see by the chart, is located at the very bottom. CV2 is Ku Gu and means curved bone, referring to the pubic bone, which, as you can see by the chart, is located slightly higher on the body than CV1. Only a few of them are labeled with the corresponding number on the chart, so you might have to count. But this chart goes from 1 up the center line to 24, indicating 24 lethal striking points. And so the 1 is at the very bottom. CV-3 in Chinese is Zongji and means central pole, located 4 inches below the navel. CV-4 in Chinese is Guanyan and means origin pass, located about 3 inches below the navel. So now we're working up in about 1 inch increments, but the increments change at different times. CV-5 in Chinese is Shimen or stone gate, located about 2 inches below the navel. CV-6 in Chinese is Kui Hai or Sea of Qi, located only a half an inch above CV-5 and 1.5 inches below the navel. CV-7 is Yin Jiao or Yin intersection, located about 1 inch below the navel. CV-8 is Shen Q or Spirit Tower Gate, located at the navel or belly button. CV-9 is Shui Fen or Water Divide, located 1 inch above the navel. CV-10 is Zaiwan or Lower Venter, located 2 inches above the navel. CV-11, Jianli or Interior Strengthening, located about 3 inches above the navel. CV-12, Zhongwan or Central Venter, located 4 inches above the navel. CV-13, Shangwan or Upper Venter, located 5 inches above the navel. CV-14, Zhu Q or Great Tower Gate, located 6 inches above the navel. CV-15, Zhu Wei or Turtle Dovetail, located about 7 inches above the navel. Testing. CV-16, Zong Ting or Central Palace, located approximately 9 inches above the navel or belly button. CV-17, Shanzong or Chest Center, located in between the nipples. CV-18, Yutang or Jade Hall, located 1.5 inches above CV-17. CV-19, Zigong or Purple Palace, located 1.5 inches above CV-18. So now we're working in 1.5 inch increments. CV-20, Hua Gai or Floored Canopy, located about 1.5 inches above CV-19. CV-21, Zhuan Ji or Jade Pivot, located in between CV-20 and CV-22. CV-22, Tian-Tu or Celestial Chimney, located at the base of the throat. CV-23, Lian Quan or Ridge Spring, located just above the Adam's apple. CV-24, Chang Jiang or Sauce Receptacle, located at the slight depression on the upper chin. ST-1 is Chang Key or tear container. It isn't listed on the chart, but is located in between the eyes. Chapter 3. The Governing Vessel. The governing vessel is the yang aspect of the human battery. The governing vessel is harder and more resilient to strike than the softer conception vessel. Governing Vessel 1, or GV-1, in Chinese is Chang Quang, or Longstrong, and it's mislabeled 4 on the chart. So when you look at the chart for the governing vessel, they made a mistake in the book, and the 4 should be a 1. So just remember that. And you can see that if you count up from the 4 to the 8, it doesn't make sense, but if you put 1 where the 4 is, then each time you count up, they add up, so it counts up to 8. GV-2, Yeo Shu, or lumbar shu, located about 1.5 inches above GV1. GV-3, Yeo Yang Guan, or Yang Pass, located just below the 4th lumbar vertebrae. GV4, Ming Men, or Life Gate, located just below the 2nd lumbar vertebrae. GV5, Zhuan Shu, or Suspended Pivot, located just below the 1st lumbar vertebrae. GV6, Ji Zong, or Spinal Center, located just below the 11th vertebrae. GV7, Zong Shu, or Central Pivot, located below the 10th thoracic vertebrae. GV8, Jin Suo, or Sinu Connection, located just below the 9th thoracic vertebrae. GV9, Zi Yang, or Extremity of Yang, located just below the 7th thoracic vertebrae. GV10, Ling Tai, or Spirit Tower, located just below the 6th thoracic vertebrae. GV11, Shen Dao, or Spirit Path, located just below the 5th thoracic vertebrae. GV12, Shen Zhu, or Body Pillar, located just below the 3rd thoracic vertebrae. GV13, Teo Dao, or Kiln Path, located just below the 1st thoracic vertebrae. GV14, Da Zui, or Great Hammer, located between the 7th cervical vertebrae and the 1st thoracic vertebrae. GV15, Ya Men, or Mute's Gate, located at the neck center line. GV-16, Fang Fu, or Wind Mansion, located about a ½ inch above GV-15. GV-17, Neo Hu, or Brain's Door, located about 1.5 inches above GV-16. GV-18, Quang Jian, or Unyielding Space, located about 1.5 inches above GV-17. GV-19, Hu Ding, or Behind the Vertex, located 1.5 inches above GV-18. GV-20, Bai Hui, or 100 Convergences, located 1.5 inches above GV-19. GV-21, Qian Ding, or Before the Vertex, located 1.5 inches to the front of GV-20. GV-22, Xin Hui, or Frontal Meeting, located about 1.5 inches in front of GV-21. GV-22, Xin Hui, or Fontanel Meeting, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to be fontanel or frontal, located about 1.5 inches in front of GV-21. GV-23, Shangxing, or Upper Star, located about a ½ inch in front of GV-22. GV-24, Shenting, or spirit court, located about a half inch in front of GV23 and about a half inch of the hairline. GV25, Su Lio, or white bone hole, located on the tip of the nose. GV26, Shui Gu, or water trough, located below the nose. GV27, Dui Duan, or extremity of the mouth, located at the junction of the philtrum and upper lip. GV28, Yin Jiao, or gum intersection, located under the upper lip at the gum line. Chapter 4, the thrusting vessel. And you can see that I showed the conception vessel on the left, and that's the thrusting vessel on the right. The thrusting vessel is the third and final energy channel of the human battery. It is the origin of the other extraordinary vessels and spreads energy throughout the body. The thrusting vessel is sometimes referred to as Chong Mai, or the penetrating vessel. And the conception vessel, or CV1, in Chinese is Hui Yin, or meeting of Yin, and that's located at the very bottom of the chart. So it would be, you can see the 4, but the 3 isn't labeled, the 2 isn't labeled, and then the 1 is below that at the very bottom, and it's not labeled. Stomach-30, or ST30, is Qi Chong, or surging qi energy, and you can see that on the thrusting vessel chart, which is on the right, and it's located about 5 inches below the navel and 2 inches to either side of the conception vessel. Kidney-11, or KI11, is Hanggu, or pubic bone, located about 5 inches below the navel and half of an inch to each side of CV-2. And you can also see that labeled on the right, the chart on the right, which is the thrusting vessel. KI21 is U-men, or dark gate, located about 6 inches above the navel and about half of an inch to each side of CV-14. And this is going to conclude part 1. The remainder of the book I'm going to do in another video that's going to be part 2.